Okay, so it's back to the Globe Special accordion, and a friend of mine, he's very knowledgeable about pre-war. They were German accordions until they became Cajun accordions, but they're in essence the same thing. They have 4 sets of reeds, and they have a bass side that is approximate to the Cajun accordion. So for all intents and purposes, these are now Cajun accordions, even though this is a German accordion. And I'm putting the reeds back in. My friend from Louisiana, he built a new fingerboard, new keyboard, new flappers, new buttons, everything. It doesn't quite match, but that's okay because I asked him to use white, because I know, and my bad habit is actually going to color this keyboard the same color of this as this. I painted these stops parchment, and cigarette smoke's going to make this all pretty much look the same. Now, this is the biggest pain in the ass accordion I've ever worked on. These reeds that I'm putting the reeds back in because I took out the reeds to send this this side of the accordion down to my friend. And the thing that was really crazy, and I didn't even think about this, these reeds, the plates are wider than my other Globe accordion, the black Globe. And I didn't realize how I took leather off of this. Leather sealed the sides, and there was wax over top, underneath. It's all the same all the way around. And I figured, well, I didn't trust that leather that was woven around this to actually seal. I didn't want any internal leaks, and I wanted to wax everything in there. And what I didn't realize is how close these are together, and I don't even know if you can see, but alright, you got space here, that's fine, but as you go, you get no space. And I had to roll up pieces of wax really narrow and place them all in between these, and I melted them. It took me days to not fuck up. You can see I fucked up. Somebody from Ireland had put plastic ventile, whatever how you want to call it, synthetic valves, and I have plenty of leathers here, so I had no problem with replacing them if the wax got on the plate. I didn't get any wax on the plastic, but it was so close to the plastic that I had to take them off. This this has taken me about 5 days to do this because it was such a long, involved job. These were easy to melt the wax, no problem. The small ones, the piccolo reeds, because there's a little more space, and thank God, if you want to believe in God, that there is enough space between the mid reeds, and it's going to be the same here. The way I melt wax, and I don't use what do you call it? I don't use a soldering iron. I just basically roll up pieces of wax, lay it all over top, in between, and down at the bottom. And I either use a really thin paring knife to melt, like especially with down underneath here. But if I have enough space, I use actually this used to be a scratcher, a reed scratcher. But it's much better for melting wax the way I do it. It doesn't look so great because I use a lighter, but I can't sit in front of my stove to heat these things up. It's prettier when I use a stove, but I don't give a shit. The next thing I wanted to show you guys This globe accordion doesn't have bellows straps. They don't on the outside. It has a clasp, and I don't know if you can see there's a rod and this stop over here. Inside it seals, but when I'd close it with this, I put JB Weld. I filled in space in this hole because otherwise the bellows would not shut completely, and that just irked me. I couldn't deal with that. So this JB Weld worked perfectly, and I don't know how I got it to close perfectly, but now it does, and I'm happy about that. JB Weld on this thing, this loop that you can see, that thing closes it, that rod in there, and it works perfectly. Anyway, I'm moving along. It's slow but surely. This is the hardest accordion I've ever worked on. And then of course, since I took the leather wrapped around that sealed, it used to seal, maybe it still would, but I had a feeling that there would be some sort of gaps because the leather was so old. I scraped all that off, and I will play this for you once I get it done. I don't know what I'm going to play because I haven't bothered to learn any new songs, and I apologize for that. But you get to hear this thing. Hearing the reeds, they're out of tune because the leather is gone, and now they're lower, so they're closer to the bottoms of the cavity or chambers, of whatever you want to call it. Sorry if I'm boring you. This is just a job I'm working on, and I'm proud of what I've done. I knew it was going to take a long time to do this, and then I'm going to have to retune it and everything. And this looks really ugly, but it's very effective. This JB Weld was the perfect remedy to this thing closing completely. Anyway, have a good week, enjoy your life, and I'll be seeing you.